Welcome back to the Hastings Tiger Sports Show, where we take a look at everything going on in Hastings IA athletics. I'm your host, Greg Mays. This is my little brother,
Trent Mays.
We argued about the little brother thing. You can see I won now. He's not fighting anymore. All right. This week we're back in the football business.
Yeah.
We got a football game to talk about, a football game that actually happened last Friday night at home. Give me the short version.
The short version. Okay, there was a lot that happened. Okay. It was a district opener for the Tigers with Seward, who's grown into a little bit of a rivalry. Very interesting start. It's the first time the Tigers have seen just had some rough times with turnovers, a couple cynic interceptions, which he's human. We'll give him a few breaks, and some injuries. So we're still hoping to hear some good things about the linemen, but it just it showed how deep we are up front.
Late in that first half, I thought we might go to halftime 0-0.
Yeah, there was a big chance. Tiger D made a great stand to start the second quarter. They'd given up a lot of yards. Been a few weeks before we'd given up yards. They make the goal line stand, recover the fumble in the end zone.
What was it? It was 4th and 1 at the 2.
Yeah.
The kid had the first down.
He tried to go for 6.
Can't blame him. Yeah. You got to try to get in that end zone.
And Tiger D has really turned into an opportunistic. Yeah, that's a big word.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, you got to give me a little credit for going deep.
Well, if you say it, you get credit.
I stumbled, but
I
thought of it. So to get the big turnover. To shut down the drive. They gave up no points in the first half, which is huge. Got pushed around a little bit. I know Coach Itzen had some nice words. I listened to Coach Shu on the post game, and Itzen got fired up at halftime and got after the boys a little bit.
But they were shutting them out.
Yeah, but we're giving up some yards.
All right, high expectations. That's good.
So then, with a minute left. After the Tigers go down and score, we'll talk about that in a minute. They have 4th and 5 at our 48.
Yep.
And
after we got the first score, right?
Yeah, after we scored.
Yeah, we get the first score, and now they got 4th and 5 trying to get a score before half.
Yeah, and questions on whether we'd see the Seward punt team there.
We did not.
No, we didn't. They went for it. Just ran quarterback sweep. Jacoba snuffed it out, the bus. Landon, just a big-time player for the Tigers, playing that outside defensive or outside backer spot.
Yeah. And a play they'd had success with earlier. I can see why they thought, okay, we go to that, but we really had kind of contained it by that.
Yeah, and then the Tigers go down and score. The first score was set up was a big pass from QB1 Mr. Cynic, Jarrett to BK Brandon Calvage. Just a great wide receiver play. He's made a lot of plays with his feet, but going up to catch one over the defender and then fall into the end zone was amazing to watch.
One of the things I said on the broadcast as we were broadcasting live on Strive is that he and Gareth Jones and some of those other wide receivers who made a lot of big over-the-top plays last year, this year we're seeing a lot of wide receiver plays. I mean, that ball was up. Both guys had a chance at it. He went up and high-pointed it and made a great play. Then the second score, because we get the ball back when they turn that over and turn it into a second score.
Yeah, with a minute left, the Tigers moved down. They had 3 timeouts left. We got it down to the 1-yard line. Zaid Widener had a big catch. Then Cynic, he played big boy football right there because he rolls out, gets hit at the 11, has to spin away from the defensive end, and then literally trucked a guy at the goal line and said, "I'm bigger than you. You're not stopping me."
Most physical I've ever seen him run.
Yeah. And you were right on the broadcast when you made comparisons to the Tiger great Bo Budenbeck.
Yeah.
Because that was very Bo Budenbeck-like run. And
Bo would just go out and be Bo sometimes.
Yeah, Bo was 6'5" and 2 1/4.
Yeah, well, Cynic's little guy.
6'1" and probably 215.
I don't want to bump into him on the stairs.
I'm not bumping into him.
Because my balance isn't very good.
Yeah,
in the hallway, I'd be okay.
So it was interesting to watch. I know you guys talked about it on the broadcast. Seward was committed to stopping our outside pass game.
Yeah,
that was their number one thing. So what did that leave in the third quarter? Tigers went to the ground game.
Yeah, a lot of quarterback read series.
Yeah, and they didn't make some good reads. They didn't make some good decisions. We pounded it with Zaid and Trevor Sullivan. A lot of Mr. Cynic, QB1.
Yeah, my son Ryder was really impressed with Jarrett's ball handling.
Yeah.
We didn't know where the ball was sometimes. From up in the press box.
And it was tough to watch from the sideline. They were coming to my end zone. At one point, the Tigers had 9 rushes to 2 runs, which is good.
2 passes?
To 2 passes, yeah. And then when you get into November, we got to be able to run the ball.
Yeah.
When push comes to
It's not always going to be 70 degrees every night?
No, it's not going to be 70 degrees. Just a couple things more. Seward had trouble, obviously, with the zone read. Cynic made some great decisions to keep. He had 2 25-yard runs that were pretty amazing. And the thing is, we set those up with Sully and Zaid.
Yeah, good to see Zaid back out.
It was good to see Zaid. Yeah. Zaid did great on defense. End of the third quarter, Carson Shoemaker. I'll just describe him in one word. He's fast. He's fast.
That's the scouting report you got on him?
Yeah, he can fly. But that play to me was amazing, and it shows how in depth or how deep the Tiger offense is. The outside receiver sort of slow played it, got the attention of the corner. Shoe sort of loops to the outside of it.
Running that wheel pattern.
It's just it's a track meet, and he took off for 68 yards to end the third quarter, and it's 35-0.
Yep, and the clock's running clock, which you did not predict.
No, I didn't predict that.
Okay, good. Watch it on the film. We're going to have the film at the end here. Watch Shoemaker at the beginning of that pattern. He really plays it well.
Yeah.
Little acting, because he's running that pattern like, oh, they're not throwing to me this time. I'm just taking it easy, which, of course, you're never supposed to do if they really aren't throwing it to you.
Yeah. But
he got him sleeping a little bit, and, of course, he only needs about a half step of sleep time, and he was gone. That was a great play. Mm-hmm. Defense then 35-0. Does the defense preserve the shutout?
Yes, they did.
Yes, they
did.
The
little Tigers came in and played really well.
I told you about Coach Olson's tweet last week, right?
I know.
How he was impressed with the 7 points a game. He said, keep that up. Well, we got it down to 28 divided by 5. That's 5.6. We got it down to 5.6.
Blake Davis, Mr. Reliable, the old school football player, big boy playing offensive guard and tackle.
Plus a big viewer of our show.
Yeah, Blake's one of our inside guys. He gives us the lowdown on the travel menus for the breaks, and I
don't know
Blake.
Going to York. I don't know what they're
going to have, but I just enjoy Blake. He's a great kid. Jet Samuelson continues to just
big
be
plays.
A spark plug. He can get up. Mr. Reliable Bo Dreer. Bo's going to go hit anybody hard. Yeah. And then we got Zaid back. Zaid's the wild card. Gives us a little bit more depth in that linebacker, safety, nickel roll, and it makes the Tiger defense a lot tougher. Gives it a little more depth, Jet, and they can do some more rotations. And like you said, only 28 points through 5 games.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty impressive. Yeah. York.
Well, we'll get to York in a little bit. We'll get to York in a little bit. Let's talk through some of the other sports.
Okay.
All right. Cross country went over to UNK. Big meet because it's a big meet. Lots of people there from all over the state.
State course.
Yeah, very much a state preview. Everybody likes to get there, see the state course. The boys finished 8th, the girls 12th. Still dealing with injury concerns with cross country. The good news, Jaden Welsh runs and runs 5th to 5th place.
That was awesome.
So he's back. Though I know we're still wondering about the injury. Landon Eckhart had a nice day, finished in the top 20. Johnny Lopez struggled a little bit, so we got a little injury bug spreading, and even to the girls. Chelsea didn't run. Espinoza did not run. Yeah, that's why the girls were a little bit lower. So we'll see what cross country does later this week. They've got York again this week, so you might see them play that a little safe with the personnel we run. I don't know. Then they head out to Sydney for an invite. There's no Greater Nebraska cross country meet. McCook leaves the Greater Nebraska and runs in the Southwest Conference. They're in 2 conferences, so the coaches didn't feel they had enough. So we're going out to Sydney for an invite.
Wow.
Yeah. I suppose we were looking for somewhere to run. Yeah. Plus, districts are in Ogallala, so why not practice your drive down Interstate 80?
Yeah.
Yeah, districts in Ogallala coming up. The golf team is into conference time. They'll be headed to Scotts Bluff.
Wow.
I think we're hoping for a middle-of-the-pack finish there. Yeah. North Platte we've struggled against, but we beat McCook, I believe, and I'm not sure we've seen Scottsbluff and Alliance, so we'll see. It'd be great to finish, somewhere in the third range. Boys tennis has Scottsbluff. Hold it, I take that back. Golf's in North Platte.
Oh, so
tennis gets to go to Scottsbluff. It's Coach Sunderman gets to go to Scottsbluff, and then they've got state coming on October 15th. Volleyball last week lost to North Platte. Then they went up for that tournament at Riverside, where they beat Nebraska Christian, beat Wood River, and lost to Norfolk Lutheran. Tonight they're headed to Columbus, big match. As they just continue to try to build momentum. I know the girls have been frustrated at times, but they're sitting number 11 in the NCAA playoff points. They've got a good chance to be in a district final no matter what happens in the sub, and I don't think they've lost anybody in the sub.
Yeah.
They haven't played Lex yet, who will be the number
Lex
one
is
seed.
good.
Lex will host it,
really good year.
but they could win that sub. Even if they don't win that sub, they could get into a district final.
That would be great.
That'd be good. They got about 4 more regular season games coming after that Columbus tournament. All right, softball team, our other number 1 team heading into the week.
They lost.
Only their second loss of the year. They're 18-2.
Actually, they're 23-2.
23-2. I lost track. They win so many games.
Yeah.
It's easy to keep track of the losses.
Yeah.
But they went to Crete. They beat Elkhorn North, the new school. Lost to Grand Island Northwest in kind of a clunker of a game. And I don't think they were very happy with it.
Just, in my opinion, you just need one of those.
Yeah.
You need to get the fire back, which they did against Newman.
Yeah, they played Wahoo Newman, then in the third place game, handled them.
14-1.
And that's a good Class C team.
Yeah, that's a good points game.
Then last night they went over to Aurora Grand Island Central Catholic because now sub-district seedings are close. Northwest is not far behind them.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
It's close.
Yeah,
Hastings is number 2 in the state. Northwest is number 4, and there's not a huge gap. So they needed to win those games last night, and they did in a resounding fashion. 14-3 over the host Aurora. And Grand Island Central Catholic, a top 10 B team at times this year, 13-3.
And GICC is 6th in points.
Yep.
A big points game.
And they're in our sub-district too. That's our sub. Yeah. Aurora, Central Catholic Northwest.
Yep.
So Kalen Schmidt, big night. Schultz, yeah. And Sammy Schmidt had a big night, but Kalen Schultz had a bigger night. 3 home runs in the wind last night. They're right now sitting number 2 overall in the NSAA. I'm kind of looking ahead of that sub. If you're number 2, you're playing the 15 seed in the district final. Here's some teams on the list. Crete, we've seen them. Adams Central,
we always
could be a neighborhood brawl. Garing, I don't think we've seen them this year.
No, that would be new for us.
Beatrice, we've seen them.
Yeah. And
NEN. Do you know who NEN is?
You got me there.
It is like 12 different towns. Wisner Pilger, Pender, and Bancroft Rosalie Lions Decatur. So that's 7 different teams. We could be facing 7 teams in the district final.
Thank goodness we're not playing them in football from about 6 years ago. We'd be in trouble.
There's a couple of them.
I know. I'm just giving you our time. They got 2 big games with Kearney.
Kearney tonight. Yep, they'll be over by the time the people see this. But those are big. Check the scoreboard. We pick up those. And it really puts us solid to host that sub because if you're not number 1, you don't host the sub.
Yeah, and then we'll probably have to go to Grand Island.
I'm counting on hosting that sub.
So am I. And that starts next Monday. So
all right, next Monday we get going with that. Now before that on Friday night, making the trip to York to East Hill Field, which I've been told is up a hill from downtown York to the east.
It is.
All right,
it's
East Hill
beautiful field.
You like it? An outfield in a baseball field?
Yeah. I like that. They've done up the home side as a big bleacher. They have a brand new press box. You win a state title.
There's not many teams still playing in the outfield. No. Even Sutton doesn't anymore.
No,
Sutton for years played in the outfield.
So it's a nice little field, but
I'm trying to think anywhere else that plays in the outfield.
I don't recall any. So.
All right. Well, you say it's a good field. I've never been over there. I'm going to head over.
Actually,
what do you know about the York Dukes?
Actually, there's one in Hastings, but that still plays in the outfield.
There's another school in Hastings?
Yeah.
You got their shirt on today, I see.
Yeah, that's funny.
All right. Okay, what about York?
York, 2-3. They're still young. Tigers won 41-0 last year. They were really young.
Yeah.
But we just got to keep taking care of business. Yeah. We got juniors and seniors. They know what they got to do. They lost to rival Aurora last week, 31-20, 37-21.
Surprised me a little bit.
Yeah, Aurora's got a very double threat quarterback. think of Russell Wilson or that guy from Monday Night Football last night that was flinging it all over the place, some Chief guy or something.
Did they win again?
Yeah, the Chiefs won again.
Okay.
And I won my fantasy league, so that's
what's bigger. All right.
So
York will be well coached.
Yeah, very well coached. Snodgrass, a lot of respect for that guy. Follow him on Twitter.
When I was down in Blue Hill, the best coach team we ran into is his Overton team.
Yeah.
There was just no question.
And then they'll be prepared. They'll probably have things that they'll try to do, sort of like what Seward did.
Yeah, Seward came out in a little different defensive alignment.
Yeah.
That was maybe part of the stagnation at the beginning there a little bit.
Look like they're running some smaller guys.
Yep.
I think we might have trouble. So Coach Snodgrass is going to have his boys ready to play. I keep saying the words "take care of business." Mm-hmm. That just continues down the line. Boys are on a mission, and just go in and get the job done. So.
All right, it's just a work day, huh?
Yeah, it's a blue collar. It's B4, B5, whatever we're in. District football. You want a district championship, you got to put the work in.
All right.
And not expect blowouts and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, it gets to be a battle.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go to the film. Let's let what people watch the Seward game. You got anything? Oh, I think Coach Danielson's here. We should bring Coach Danielson in. And we could have an interview with him. New boys basketball coach, Coach Danielson. Do you think we can fit it in?
No, I think we ran out of time.
Sorry, Coach. Next week. All right. So next week we'll get to Coach Danielson.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Let's go
try to fit in
to the film. Hastings versus Seward at Hastings College last week. 35-0 Tiger win. Enjoy.